Justin, thanks again for joining me. And what I really want to do is kind of give an introduction to the both of us and why we are starting Local B2B. We need more AI influencers in the Midwest, and we need to do a better job at promoting the people in our own backyard, because there are some incredibly talented people that we meet, that we know, that we have LinkedIn connections with. We have incredible resources that we can bring to the Midwest community. And so that's really kind of where I started this thing, and being able to connect with Justin. Just a little background on how we met is he was the first to host a Clay Club event in Chicago, and he has been on the front edge of RevOps. And so he is somebody that I take my go-to-market experience in kind of a GTM engineer approach, and Justin sees it from the RevOps and GTM engineer side as well. So one of the things that I've learned is large language models do an incredible job at breaking down language, right? And so by having conversations with people who are really talented in the AI and RevOps space like Justin, we hope to bring a lot of learnings and really push a community forward. And Justin, I'd love to hear kind of a little bit about Local B2B and kind of what that kind of means to you.
Yeah. So, thank you, Mike, for the opportunity for me to even just work with you and grow and build with you. Local B2B, as you said, is really a representation of what the Midwest has to offer as a whole. There's many amazing cities in the Midwest, large cities that don't necessarily get enough credit for the innovative happenings that happen in that city. You think about when it comes to tech, you think about San Francisco and New York and Los Angeles, even Texas now, but the cities in the Midwest, like a Chicago, like a Kansas City, Indianapolis, even Milwaukee, and
well, now that you started, you can't not name everyone. So
right.
went down a slippery slope right there. Let me stop you right there. Lots of talent out there. And I was in Little Rock, Arkansas last week, and amazing keynote, right? And so that's what it really is that we need to do a better job finding the talent and giving them the space and the place to share their ideas and push the industry forward, right? And I think kind of before you got into naming states, I'll let you finish up though.
Yeah, that's, again, how Mike and I met at the first Clay event, Clay Club Chicago event, allowed us to really explore how leveraging events to bring communities together and the outcomes of these events, most specifically when it comes to bringing a select group of people in the room, most specifically RevOps leaders, founders, CEOs, marketing leaders, sales leaders. When you get these types of individuals in one room, all talking about the new happenings in sales, tech tools, AI, most specifically as well, and how it's impacting their roles, and not just their roles, but a larger impact on the company level at large, is quite profound right now. And where are we at? We're May 2025. I mean, how far AI has come in the past couple of years in alone itself, since the original ChatGPT model has been astronomical. And it is important that we do have education opportunities and foundation laid for everyone that's coming into the fold now. And Local B2B does just that. And it's not just about AI. It's about, again, bringing everyone together, like minds that have similar common goals, and allowing them to flourish and build together. So I can kind of go into AI, now in terms of why AI, but I'll kind of pass it back to you first.
And what has really been powerful is during these in-person events is the collaboration of different people solving each other's problems. And it's like, hey, did you think about it this way? And so if you come with like an open mindset where you're always learning, I mean, I learn things from many people that show up at our clay events. Some people are blowing my mind out there in the content that they create. And so I think really just being able to elevate those people in a space where AI will never be authentic. It can't be. Artificial will never be authentic. And what's the part of the community that I want to build is these in-person authentic connections. Like, we are real people. We will put our name and our brand out there, and we will stand behind what we're saying because we have the best intentions for this community. Are we building businesses? Yes, absolutely. But that's part of our authenticity, right? Is like, we're not going to be shy about telling you what it is, right? And there is a way to move forward in business that we can all do it together. And I think when we kind of lean on each other, it's a whole nother level that we can do business with, right? It makes business more fun. I want to do good things with good people in the Midwest. I want to be at your celebration when your company goes public. Like, that would be fun, So for me, it's, people talk about the creator economy a lot and how big the creator economy is. And with AI and how much people use it to create content now and all this like fake generated AI content. Well, I'm not actually interested too much in your AI generated content. I want authenticity, right? And so for me, the relationship economy is much more important going forward than the creator economy, because anybody can put a deep fake video up. It's easy to do these days. I can be faceless. I can have a faceless YouTube and try to go that route. That's not business, right? That's not what we're here to do. There are so many shady ways AI is being used. I want to focus on the stuff that does it right in an ethical way. It is a way that, like, I want to help spread the word. It's like, we got this tool called Clay. Many people in the Midwest still don't know about it. It's like, wow, it's kind of instrumental in our tech stack. Do you go, like, here's the question to you. Do you go to a company and is your first question like, do you have Clay? If not, I've got a billion things we can do first, right?
Right. Yeah. It's, I do want to like touch really quickly back on, because getting to Clay, we're talking about really ultimately transforming strategy and building scalable systems when we're talking about Clay. But like, to getting back to that in a moment, you were just speaking about the inauthenticity of AI in alone itself, and without the human injection of the human authenticity into AI, it's not going to be authentic. But I think one of the coolest parts about AI in sales nowadays is when you do learn how to become a better prompt engineer, when you do learn how to just be a better communicator, a better listener. Sales is definitely listening and learning, how you can provide solutions to your partners. But when we have AI now, we have the opportunity to inject our authenticity, and it doesn't replace relationships at that point in time. I have the notion that it just multiplies them, especially when we transform these strategies into scalable systems. And to kind of dive a little bit deeper, as to like why I'm the biggest proponent of AI more than ever, is because it just gives me leverage across many avenues, across my time, across my thinking, across my creativity. I mean, it lets me build just one person, what I can build, what it would have taken 5 people to build at one different time. So, it frees up not just my time, but the reps within the organizations to focus on high value conversations, and not all that admin work, right? And that's that transform the strategy into scalable systems right there. It's
Right.
the process has made me a better communicator. I
Yeah.
write more clearly. I speak more deliberately. It pushes me to think in ways that I haven't even been able to necessarily perceive before. It helps me ideate faster, test new frameworks, and unlock
And can
workflows
you just slow down? Because there's so many people out there that don't even see application of AI. They're still like questioning, how do you use AI in your workflow? And I'm like, how do you
right,
not use AI?
right,
And what we talk about is like part of getting good at AI is actually having the curiosity and the grit to do it, right? And it's like, if you want to get good at AI, go out and find the best AI people in your industry. Well, let's take a look on LinkedIn. If 1% of people on LinkedIn were posting in 2024 on a weekly basis, what do you think that's going to be in 2025? I bet you it's going to be 5 to 10% of people are posting weekly. And there are influencers now who are posting daily and some who are posting multiple times a day, right? And so
right.
the frequency is giving them an advantage in itself, but it's the quality that you have to maintain to not turn people away, right? If you're consistently saying the same thing over and over and not giving anything really new to the conversation, well, that's tough. And so part of what makes LinkedIn and being top of mind challenging is the volume of that you need these days to and the quality that you need to be competitive. And so there's a real balance between like, how much video do I create versus how should I create carousels? Because if you're working to leverage the LinkedIn algorithm, you kind of have to use both,
Yep.
because you want the click-through rates and the scrolls clicks to count as engagement, right, for the LinkedIn algorithm. And then you want your videos to really connect, right, with your followers. And you want that to help establish those relationships so that somebody feels comfortable enough to DM you when they have a question. And it's like, I'm not famous, and I'll reply to your DMs. Don't try to sell me on the first one. You'll get kicked right out. But like, there are so many experts that are available even to hire these days at an hourly rate that it's like they can, you're a clay expert. You'll do hourly and project based.
Yep.
I have a make.com automation expert out of Brazil who's incredible, and he has helped automate my business, which we can get into at a whole nother time. But I really want to bring it back to, the grit and the curiosity of AI. And part of the grit, I think, is making an effort to show up. Not to every webinar, not to every event, but to events that are going to help you push the ball forward, right? And don't just go to one AI event, go to multiple. Like, get to know the people in your town, in your backyard, in the Midwest, who are on the front edge of this thing. And so what I've really done with Justin is we have a website right now that redirects to our LinkedIn newsletter. It's LocalB2B.agency. I'll drop that in the comment. And if you head over to the newsletter, you'll get updates on different events. And so, Justin, one of the events you're hosting is a monthly Clay Ask Me Anything event. If you want to just speak to that with, in a minute and give us a breakdown of, I love that we're going with, I think you've blessed it, right? Clay Yamas.
Yep.
It's been blessed by Justin.
Yep.
So I think too is if you hashtag Clayama, CLAAMA on LinkedIn, we will put an alert out to flag those comments on LinkedIn. So if you ever have a question that you want Justin to maybe come back to in his next Clayama event, you can submit a question on LinkedIn at any time, use that hashtag. So Justin, a little background there for you.
Yep. Ultimately the goal is to, again, build community around the community that we're building. So enabling our community, educating them, providing more opportunities for them to learn. There's so many different stages of operation that all AI, let's just say users, not just even Clay, are at, whether it's beginner, intermediate, or expert. So definitely wanted to create a space, somewhat like a working peer group, so that we can all come together at least once a month. We'll see if we scale it to twice a month here shortly, but wanted to start first and just have a framework of people, a foundation for people to come to and interact with everyone else, bring their not problems per se, but bring their problems, bring things, projects
You mean challenges, right?
that they need help with,
opportunities.
What was that?
Challenges and opportunities.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Challenges and opportunities. And that way we can all kind of put our brains to it and provide feedback to certain challenges and opportunities that are presented. And when we do that, especially in a working peer group, the sky's the limit for the growth of everyone involved. Especially when it comes in moments like that, you can have your beginners, intermediates, and experts kind of all in one room, and it provides the experience that we all learn differently, right? And so when we kind of get to interact with each other in person, not just in person, but now virtually, and carrying over from our in-person interactions, when you're able to go into your workspace and craft something that you've never done before and kind of bring it back to the community and say, hey, like, where did I go wrong? Where can I get better here? I think that's really important. So that's what the Clayama is for. And so once a month, we'll be hosting it to continue to piggyback off of the live events that we do have on behalf of Local B2B, and also on behalf of Clay. And stay tuned for the next one. I think it's May 24th to be exact, last Wednesday of the month. So looking forward to that. Looking forward to seeing everybody there.
Perfect. Thank you. And once again, I've committed to allocating more time and effort to Local B2B now. So I'll be building out a splash page for our website that will include a link back to the newsletter. It will include a embedded event calendar from Luma, so it makes it easier for you guys to sign up. And then I'll also be adding LinkedIn live events as well. So we will be streaming live on LinkedIn. We'll first do it with some webinars, some online webinars, and then eventually I think we're really close to launching it with our in-person events. And so, even if you can't make it to the events, it's a great way to really stay connected. And Justin, I think your Clayamas are really great from a perspective of once you get into a room with those kind of people, and it's like, I don't walk down the street and talk to anybody about AI, right? It's like, hey, how are you using AI? No. So when you get into that mindset and you're around those kind of people, even the conversations are just fun about like, how are you using it for productivity, for, at home, for fun, and there's just incredible use cases that come out of that. And one I referred to is like, I added my daughter's coloring page because she's 5, and I added it to ChatGPT and I told it to make it realistic, and the result is like crazy good. It looks like an amazing photo, realistic. So there's so many different things that I really love to share with this community, and trying to up level the experience a little bit, make it easier to follow us, stay connected. The newsletter will be a great place, but then also, catch us on LinkedIn. And Justin has an incredible feed, and an incredible network that he pipes into. So if you haven't connected with either of us on LinkedIn, I think, yeah, mine says Michael Brennan. That's because my company is Michael Brennan Media, which is my middle name. Michael Svetlic would be a little tough for people to memorize from a URL perspective, but really it's go to LocalB2B.agency. That will get you connected with us, and we will stay tuned and make sure to update you all on AI in the go-to-market as we move to preparing for agentic workflows, right? Like, that's next. So we're on that wave with you guys, and just really excited to provide the value and, work with Justin to deliver in-person and virtual events. So anything you want to wrap up with, Justin?
Yeah. Last wrap up word on my end. I highly encourage everyone to stay curious. Like you said, Mike, I think that curiosity is, what kills the cat, so to speak. But that curiosity is what leads into, I think, a rabbit hole of endless opportunities. Little did I know when I started to use ChatGPT, Claude, for some of just the mundane tasks that I'm doing on a daily basis. Little did I know how much I was going to expand it, and also how much it has expanded with me. And it's become almost like a relationship. I really rely on the support of my AI assistants now, and what we're able to do together is really, really unprecedented, and it's going to continue to be for everyone around us. And so again, I just want to reiterate that I really enjoy sharing everything that I'm learning, and if I could shorten the learning curve for you and for everyone else, to learn AI, then that's what I'm here for. And I'm excited to be able to get to know you all, to meet you, and to level up in ways and scale our careers and our lives with AI, and with each other via Local B2B. So looking forward to seeing you all soon.
Awesome. No, thank you so much. And I think, if people are still around to this point, I should probably drop some knowledge in our first episode. So maybe I'll leave it with this. The best prompt I've ever created has been asking ChatGPT to help me create a prompt, right? And so prompt engineering is very important, because the more you feed the AI before you ask for the output, the better your output will be. So if you take a generic one sentence prompt and you put it in there and you think, it sucks. Well, yeah, it's going to suck, right? But if the first thing you ask it is to help me create a prompt for X, my go-to-market strategy, it will actually ask you the questions it needs to come up with that prompt. And then at the end of those questions, it'll ask you, do you want me to run a go-to-market analysis of your competitors? Or it'll ask you, do you need me to create a content plan, right? So AI is so powerful, and the curiosity and the grit is important, and it's iteration, right? You need to be iterative. And the first thing it spits out might get you 70% of the way there. And then you massage it, you work with it, you get it to 90%, you export it, then you make that your own. That's a great way of using AI. And so for
That's
me,
going to be
the
an
best
episode
prompt, the best prompt is like, help me write this prompt, right? So have a goal in mind and work backwards through like first principles thinking. I think that's one of the best mindsets you can get in, is don't think that just because it was done one way before, that it can't be disrupted, right? Because new connections, new integrations are happening every single day. And so maybe your idea just needs time to marinate. And there are so many people that have creative ideas for businesses, that have put them on notebooks or in a shoebox somewhere, right? And it's like AI gives you the opportunity to kind of like, hey, build out a business plan for me. Here's a picture of it. What would you do to make this better? So I think AI from a local perspective is really powerful. And like, some of the things we can do is just help people get started, right? Is get your hands dirty. And so, Justin, I'm so happy to have you along for this ride. Thank you for being my wingman in this, and really looking forward to everything that we can bring for the Midwest and really our virtual online communities as well. So, thank you.